Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Home, the horror indie game by Benjamin Rivers. The train station now. I don't remember what time we went to. Guessing this one would go around. No. What is this? Fuck. The hell? Is this a train station? Yes, it is. Sound was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Well, I do kind of want to return there because I want to see I want to see what's on the other side. Alright, so down the middle was the other entrance to there. And we take up here to go to the river. And this to the river? Yeah. The plank I found was long enough to form a crude bridge, but I wasn't sure if it would hold. Did I use it? Two bodies. Two young women were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger-looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. They deserved better than this. Did I clean up the gravesite? Yes. I tried to cover them up a bit more. I closed the younger woman's eyes. I fashioned a crude marker. It seemed better than leaving them the way they were. Good. Damn. That's sad. I crossed back over to the other shore? Yes, I did. Alright, now we exit the woods. Okay, so I found out what's going on now. So as soon as I find the camera, I lose the tripod because my mother misplaces everything in this dirty fucking house. So I don't know when I'll be able to get a video up. I hate that. Finding that campsite had been strangely unsettling. I couldn't imagine why anyone would abandon their site in the middle of the night, especially in that dark forest. I was relieved, at least, to finally be out of there. Even now, as I peered through the dense trees, I could see cracks of light and a bit of the land beyond. I must have been getting closer to town, but where exactly was I? It's a cool path. Next to a guardrail, so I must be close to a road. Unless that's just how the forest is set up. Fence, guardrail, fence, guardrail. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now, but times are better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Never assume it's the wind, friend. Oh. Oh. I found the body of a security guard just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, and now this? Did I retrieve my watch? Yeah. The watch was useless, but I put it back on my wrist anyway. Some kind of semblance of being a human. I thought the door locked behind me. I was wondering what that was. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving any power. Well, I'll go upstairs after I check the rooms down here. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Probably just a power door. The door was locked. There was a little electronic box, and the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said, "Danger closed for repairs." Every part of this plant smelled old and rotten. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Wonder how old some of those are. A power panel. Looks like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Power panel still wasn't working. Did I try again? Yes. Cool. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. That's creepy. My power panel looks like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yes. It was shut tight. There was a rusty-looking card slot on the side. Card door. Said Yoda. I guess I should mention what's coming up in a few days. My prom is going to be on May 14th, I believe. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. I think the time the video this goes up is going to be Sunday. I'm going to be going out to get my tux. Door had been hastily boarded up. Wonder if it was recent. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like somebody had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked here. Another panel that I hoped could get me back the power online. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes, you do. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. It's been used recently. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yes, you do. I bet you take the damn card. Another panel that I hope could get me the power back on. And one more. Oh. Might as well open up that door while I'm up here. I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Sounds like somebody breathing. This was my locker there in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. That's creepy. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. Maybe some kind of mental breakdown or something on this guy's part. Seems kind of creepy that all this stuff about him and Rachel are here. But yeah, my prom is on May 14th. I'm going shopping for my tux. It'll be a couple days for me on Sunday, but it'll be on the correct day for you. Or on the day the video is uploaded for you. The door opened now that the power was back on. Another smudge of dirt similar to the one I found in those sewers was on the floor. A large pile of building materials and debris blocked the way. A rusted old regulator of some kind sat dusty and unused against the wall. Planks, tools, and broken up parts blocked any further passage. That's kind of weird. Okay, more in the store. Rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. That shit's the one I have. Stale scent of the old factory gave way to the brisk odor of pine trees and dirt. I was back outside, though I wasn't sure it was for better or for worse. The path beyond was dark and my flashlight barely illuminated anything. Wondered if it would really been taken from the factory. If so, how did I get it? That poor guard. Was probably just doing his job. Maybe he knew what was going on in that boarded up room. If he did, he wouldn't be telling that tale to anyone. I hope the path led back into town. I needed to find some help. Well, I need to get back in the factory. Oh, come on! I didn't check the fucking... Oh well. Pickup had smashed into the guardrail and stood silent. Was this the truck that those newspaper clippings mentioned? Was there really a body found here too? What's going on in this town? Back into the factory? No, just a garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food in slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Cleaned the car off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I tucked the card in my wallet next to my credit card. It sounded like it was going to start raining again. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. Check the floor first. I like checking. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open and needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up shooting my friend or something. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on the rack. It was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was it? What's this doing here? Oh, you got your lady cheating, boy. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? No. Though it weighed on me, I had a hard time parting with a weapon just then. I don't think that's a good idea right now. Check out the rest of the house before I decide to leave anything. TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Norman. Oh no. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock that they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. Probably did. I closed his eyes. Yes, you do. Closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. Wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Weird. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. Sorry, just adjusting my ear. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Probably picked the lock. So, were you getting cheated on, my friend? That's what I'm gathering from this whole mess. Used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. Never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Ooh. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. What had I seen? Norman was dead, but I had no idea why. I didn't know how he could be involved in all this, but the thought of him lying on the floor up there was sickening. The only comfort I had was the gun I still carried, but was it really comfort or a curse? Knowing it was coming down hard, but at least I was close to home. It wouldn't be long before I got my answers. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. It wasn't my house. Rachel. The neighborhood's local post box. The letter was sticking out as if somebody hadn't pushed it in all the way. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? There was no return address, but the envelope was addressed to Norman. Carefully, I took it and tore it open and read the letter inside. Stay away. She's mine. That was it. No signature, no other information. Something went down between Norman and this guy. Anyway, that was the timer, and that is the video. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. I'm enjoying this. It's an interesting game. I'm wondering if it's just going to be a little short 4-episode game. Anywho, annotations probably in the top left, top right, going to be for Batman the Arkham Knight and for The Escapists. I intend to continue that series as well. I just don't know when. I still have the game on here, I believe. But, anyway, leave a like or a comment. I'll check any feedback. It lets me know that people are watching my videos and possibly even enjoying them. It lets me know that if I should continue this in college, but I don't know. I'm going to be going to work for Chipotle hopefully soon. So I don't know if I'll continue with this. The videos definitely won't be as frequent if I don't get on a good time during the weekends, especially during the summer when I'm working mostly full time. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. See ya.